Tuning in with Made in Heaven, a banger game, 8 eliminations so far for the team, and a boatload of loot to go for it. Now if they can just withstand, as we look at these positionings, Dia, you have EMEA playing off the grav cannon. 2R1C are going to have to potentially move off that high ground that will open them up to the rest of the lobby. They have a very tough rotation.
And Made in Heaven have the better angle on this. Them having taken the low ground on paper doesn't seem like a good idea, but it's 2R1C who have put themselves in a corner on the height that are actually in the most trouble, as they now have no space to play. EMEA are going to be forced into Made in Heaven, playing along the other side of the gravity cannon. It's all about what fight starts first, and it looks like 2R1C are getting aggressive.
Yeah, they got to put out the Dark Veil to try and save them from any attention, with Max Strafey having not only the Prowler that we mentioned earlier, but a Kraber as well. This could be absolutely wild, and they've got almost 10 eliminations for that squad, but Fuhhnq and co trying and eventually pushing straight towards that team, but not wanting to extend out too much, and Hyarka does just that. Fuhhnq falls as well, and Micey, the stand-in here, the newest to the roster, is going to have to put the team on the back and clutch, but it's not going to be enough because everyone puts their attention straight onto it, and Made in Heaven, with the quickest reset, turn their sights to EMEA and take game number 1. Really interesting. Honestly, they throw down the mobile respawn. They're throwing down an evac tower. And with ESG having multiple digis on their team, 9 impulse on the bang, no matter how many smokes you throw out, you still have to play without peeking, because Lufka is just looking for that opening to allow that pressure on, but he breaks out. He's got an arc star. Here comes the rolling thunder. Aurora, you've got to play here, and ESG will likely turn their attention onto them, giving Phoenix Legacy the ability to make a third party.
They haven't moved yet, still playing on the interior. It'll finally be their rotation outside. Stuck, though, due to the grab lift, and instead, ESG climbed up from behind.
Aurora make their presence known, and there go the Arc Stars, and with Phoenix Legacy stuck on the inside, Aurora have the easiest win of their life, controlling space, playing smart. Congratulations to the boys at Aurora for taking map number 2.
The Full English do have probably one of the best routes to be able to make it into the end zone. There is still quite a bit of space they have to move through, but with a single Bangalore smoke, they could make their way to where the end zone is closing, a place that nobody else currently is, over by this grab cannon. They will choose to close the gap onto this building real quick, facing off against Aurora on the other side. Full English cannot take this fight, but for that part, neither can Aurora. Neither team really being able to commit, as Vex looks over everything.
Well, they're kind of split, right? They've got to look at Mind, they've got to look at Aurora, and Vex just being inundated with damage here from the high ground. They're going to have to jump down into the midst, and with the rolling thunder completely taking advantage of them and just trying to force off the high ground. Clemmy, man, Clemmy going down, and Babylon's being the lone member left, just trying to stabilize and keep it in the game so they can get points. But Outplayed, they make their appearance, and the Full English, they're going to take the top ground.
Aurora have moved to the outside where nobody could play earlier, but with Impulse down, Oirain and Hardeki are left on their own. 4 squads left. You have to imagine these fence lines are safe. Aurora should make it to top 2.
This is crazy because Full English, they're already on 10 eliminations, but a stick comes through, and Surdell throwing out the Radiant transfer. Is it enough, or will the collapse happen? Andy Jax, the cracked player, not going to be able to keep things alive, and into the final 3 squads. The Full English, they have to keep moving into the sideline, straight on towards Mind. Who is going to be able to make this happen?
Aurora's still there!
Bryn trying to do it, but Aurora take out Mind. Dia, this is cracked, and they do it again.
They get the shield swap! Aurora, the boogeyman of Game 3, constantly moving in at the edge of the ring, playing these untenable spaces and making them work. The fences were Aurora's best friend in game number 3.
Top 4, swinging.
On us. Can't do ulti.
No, I don't have it.
Do it.
Horizon dead!
Nice. Chill. Go back. Back up. Yeah. They're just spamming. Nade.
I'm healing. We have a knock on it. Nade on ult.
They haven't rezzed.
Yeah, they can't. I have no heals left.
No,
Still.
he gets great.
Omi's good.
I'm healing. You have to peek. Don't let him res.
They're getting pushed.
You can't smoke, bro. I don't have Digi. I have no heals too. Chill. Play ready.
The rest.
Play ready.
Ryan's died to burn!
Yeah. Put yours.
Picking us.
I'm dead, Craven.
Knocked down.
Top 3.
Top 3.
Chill. Knocks on. Crouch in the corner. Nice try.
I got top 3.
Nice try. Top
8
3.
points. I couldn't go back.
Oh my goodness, how intense. The clear comms, even in the states of panic. Absolute goats here, Tiff.
Talk about goats. Well, let's talk about Cybercats because they have the space, they have the angles, and they want to take down the full English. We wanted to see this go through. They started in Harvester with that initial contest and are trying to clean things up, but with Surdell on the wingman trying to inevitably sway the odds in their favor, it is going to be the Cats that are able to take down the IGL of Noises and being able to reinforce with the Radiant transfer. Cybercats, they take map 4.
Oh my goodness, what a match. They were absolutely bullying all the teams in that tiny circle outside of that region. And my goodness, they were able to play their position so well. And with a Fuse, Horizon, and Conduit play. I love to see this.
We gotta know where the ult cooldowns are at. Fuhhnq Legacy, having just put down the pylon, do have so much defense that you can't imagine that Mind want to push this. But if Mind somehow have cover to get down onto the low ground, they can cause problems for 07. In comes the Wraith with Sanka getting behind. This, you have to imagine, is a portal, but a portal out of zone. Nobody can take that to follow up on Sanka. Mind do not have things like Catwall or Bank Smoke to further obscure their rotation in, and they are going to get shut out of this rotation. 07 gatekeeping them from below.
A fantastic move from 07 there that might have just decided their win. If Mind don't opt to make this move now or soon, Fuhhnq are left alone. They go for the drop even after that lack of success. This should be, I mean, this is Fuhhnq Legacy's game to lose.
Letting this happen, letting the fight occur. Fuhhnq Legacy don't actually want to interfere with this too much as they need 07 to overextend on the low ground, but Mind have come back up to the high ground and 07 could not be happier.
This forces out that EMP well in earlier than Fuhhnq Legacy were expecting. They lose out on the fences and are forced to quickly return with the Epi. A massive double PK to find a quick wipe
Huge
on
fence.
Mind. 07 leaps up, but he doesn't know how weak they truly are.
07 come up top, and while they almost win the fight, Amphi has no health. Nasky's the last one standing. Finishes up kill on top, gets a shield swap, and with the flatline in close range, a PK reload. It's gonna come down to who can hit their shots. Nasky one pumps him, and 07 take the winning game 5.
In what could have been a terrifying situation for 07, leaping into a full health Fuhhnq Legacy, they decide their fate, and in the end, it's a quick one pump from Nasky to send for the win.
You got this, baby. Do a good ult, Sako. In front of us.
I'm ulting now. Holding it.
Shield.
I'm
the wall. It's a good wall.
You have Wallach on everyone. You see in the white.
Play the wall. On
So right.
Take on me. Sako.
I'm coming.
Back. Here. I'm raising. I'm sticking.
Yeah.
Shoot. Stop easy. We need to wipe. Wipe them.
Come left, I think. Come left. Come to me.
I'm with you, Mizzy.
I'm with me here. Here, AFK. I'm not medic.
Right side.
Oh my, in front as well.
Right side.
Hook in front.
I'm going up. We can wipe that.
Just you. I think we can right or left. Left. Go left.
Go left.
No.
On the one.
Oh, you guys, I crack one in you. Yarka, play Nox.
Play Nox. Top two. Good, baby. Nice.
But it's still an 07 clutch up here for the back-to-back in maps number 5 and maps number 6 to turn that slower start on Stormpoint into a revengeance arc here. Dia, that was wild. I got the skyhook ending I wanted, and it paid off.
And just like I said.
Look, a top three now. N9ne Lies, LG, and DNO. But look towards the spacing here, Dia. It's going to be Dudes Night Out, Dupe, Crossed, and Senox holding such magnificent space around that rock, able to put immense pressure onto N9ne Lies. Meanwhile, it's just LG kind of vibing out by themselves.
Trying not to attract attention. The win condition for Luminosity here is absolutely getting DNO to fight N9ne Lies. The bait in with the res beacon has DNO on the push, but no res is going to come in for N9ne Lies as Dynasty goes down and DNO have control. As you said, we know that Luminosity are still moving up, and with a Catalyst wall, they control the angles really well. Sweet does go low, swings through the wall, almost goes down, and somehow dips, dives, and dodges just behind this rock to get the health off. Slayr stays out in front, again, very nearly going down, and he will fall as DNO turn around.
DNO Dupe able to make that clutch and grab Slayr there. Now Sweet, will he be able to turn this around? Not when N9ne Lies are putting the finishing moves onto Slayr, but it's going to be DNO making their approach from that eastern side and holding out just underneath that dark veil. But the moment that wall falls, it's going to open the doors and all of those lines of sight will open.
Sweet's going to die. This is a second place for N9ne Lies. That is certain. Dupe starts to move up. DNO want to finish the game. N9ne Lies actually go down as Sweet just takes the 1v1. But it's enough to set DNO on the path to victory. Their first game. GKS looking down from above. FURIA still in the building, and while we've talked about Disguised, while they've moved back to that game-winning position, make no mistake, FURIA can absolutely win this as well, especially with proper cooldown management. Nobody has forced them to expend anything. They have all ultimates, all tacticals, and honestly, a decent amount of meds and grenades as well.
Yeah, clearly getting some good resets here off of most of these teams moving in. Now with their eyes trained on the window, they should be able to pick up some great damage, but are unable to go for full. There it is, wipes onto Arcology, takes us down to our top 4 remaining as now we look towards this contested space. GKS and FURIA likely to leave these buildings at the same time here. And of course, DropInGaming trying to foot their way in across from Disguised.
Disguised do not want to get baited into this fight. They need to keep DropInGaming on the opposite side in a position where they're climbing up right next to GKS. But Catalyst is making it really difficult. A few zoning arc stars now thrown out means no more nades for Disguised. FURIA drop a Catalyst wall, cutting off their lines of sight. DropInGaming capitalize on that, moving up right next to Disguised. And it's a FURIA versus GKS fight. Disguised versus DropInGaming on the other side.
GKS launched upon with some ordinances down. A big crack found onto Chaotic much there as Gion on the other side obliterates and finishes. Watson in Disguise now from above looking to take advantage of damage down.
Timmy drops back down, hitting a heal before the third party comes in. Designful gonna get finished from up on top. FURIA go down. It's just Disguised and DropInGaming. DropInGaming have all 3 members on the low ground. Enemy would need to pull off the 1v3 of his life, and up here, he is on a pyre for DropInGaming to roast alive. DropInGaming take the second game of the day.
They held out until the very end, and in a calling grace of God, a beautiful dark veil gives them the space they need. After a fight among heights upon heights there, DropIn barely take a single lick of damage to work their way into a win.
And with a Kraber in hand, 3 shots left, can TSM find themselves a game win in the first half?
Hey, they've got positioning, they've got zone, and a grab lift to high ground for Verhulst and Hal. Will they be able to take out their next victims? They look like they've set their sights onto that lone member of Oxygen Esports, and Vayne will fall. Now into the top 3. Luminosity would like to keep on frying, and they set their sights onto FURIA. The swing comes through and completely eviscerate them. This will open up TSM to be able to walk straight into this fight.
It's not even the first time we've been here this season. TSM versus LG once more. Last time it was DZ. And this time TSM want to take that win with a numbers advantage, no less. Verhulst covers from the top with a flat line, no less. Wall's still available, but they don't use it to cut off the fight because they know it's a fight they can win. TSM keep pushing forward.
Verholst trying to make a pathway in, and Fuhhnq goes down, and now TSM able to right the wrongs of the first 2 maps of Storm Point and get back to the top of the win.
There are so many rivalries in this game.
I'm having deja vu looking at this zone with teams in either buildings, a team on silo, and that was a good shout to talk about the verticality from Horizon, utilizing that grav lift that will be available. But with an amped up Sentinel, Tech is just looking for any angle that he can to whittle down the numbers on the neighboring teams.
Oh, and Meat don't have Horizon. That's going to be a big one here, especially on the low ground, and how they can foot this one forward, knowing that they can't even play for a majority of the space that leads dominantly. Oh, if you're dropping a Valk ultimate this late in the zone, you deserve to be headshot, dropped, and ended fourth.
What about evac?
All right, evac. I'll take evac.
I'm trying here. You're gonna like put up a big target on your back, and there's not really a lot of time.
It's gonna be really funny.
Whoa. Can we talk about Guild's use of the piercing spikes on the other silo?
This is smart. In the end, they're going to expend that grab lift on the exterior of the door. That's going to really punish TSM, but they've got great responses with a dark veil of their own to give them minimal, but effective cover there. Barely the angles are found to send reps home, but Verholst and Hal just able to stay a little bit alive.
Reps has fallen. That Arc Star, it connects thanks to A1s. But for Moist, the high ground, it can be a curse, it can be a blessing, and Skynades, well, they're coming through. So we need to look towards MT on the conduit. The Radiant transfer comes through, and now they just start slaughtering. Evan just gets annihilated from the grav lift. TSM out, Meat Lovers out, and Moist, they want a win, and they get it. We were talking about the transition from APAC South over to North America, bringing in Guild. We heard from Waltzy at the top of the show, and this has got to feel good. We're into the top 5 and inching ever so closer to the double digits, but Fuhhnq's on 8.
With Verholst going down, we've still got N9ne Lies having dropped themselves in order to finish off GKS. This is the final 3 squads. LG in a remarkable position, have already done so much damage, especially with Sweet's wingman, which he is constantly ego swinging with. DropInGaming will have to move. My question is, will N9ne Lies actually be on high ground in order to shut them down? From the shots, it appears that N9ne Lies have in fact recovered and are pressuring DropIn from yet another angle. It's LG and N9ne Lies in conjunction against DropInGaming, the focus of the lobby.
They have to move, and honestly, this is Luminosity's game to win. They're already on 15 eliminations. We've got the Jenny down here for DropInGaming. The healing is coming through, just trying to bide some time.
DropIn need a wall, but it's not going to be up in time. They've got one from N9ne Lies that cuts the field in half, but with Sweet swinging all of DropInGaming, he is doing that on his own. The backup from Fuhhnq just now coming in. Sweet gets behind the wall, and we are playing on a knife's edge with Crook having gone down. DropInGaming is weak. They commit to the fight with LG. Sweet swings out again and again, dips back in just before the shield crack finishes. No swap available for him. It's LG versus N9ne Lies for the end.
Oh, this is textbook perfect. The wingman coming through, just the damage, crazy, but Sweet will fall, and Fuhhnq and Slayr, well, you've got to clutch up in the end game. Slayr looking for any remnants of a shield swap that are not available. Well, you go for a thirst, and they are able to get one. The Radiant transfer comes through, and Luminosity, they are your winners.
That took such a long time. The shield swap timing almost killed LG, almost denied them the victory, but they managed to just barely come out of this on top. With high ground belonging to them and only a solo, remember, on Evolution. There may have even been a res actually. Now as I'm looking down, a duo and an attempted respawn beacon in for Evolution. If they can get a third back into this game, it changes everything and puts so much pressure on Disguised.
Moist on the low ground. It looks like they might be out of resources. Oh, nope, just kidding. It comes through. Voodoo, you're coming back in that end game.
Back into the lobby. Evolution start pushing up. No space left to play in this ring. Moist don't want to push this, but they may have to. The first knock comes in, and it's Disguised, who are still maintaining high ground. Will Moist get greedy? Will they play for a second? Who wants the win, and who wants the kills? Disguised swinging onto Moist, want the kills. Designful goes down to finish one, then turns immediately onto Moist, swinging through the wall and eviscerating them. Another catwall comes in, and with a rise in gravity lift up, Designful gets to assess the situation. Neither team is finished, but DSG are committing to Moist.
He yeets across the catwall, and they are taking down Moist as we throw down, but it's going to allow Evolution to lie in wait. Yes, they lost out on Voodoo again, but we're still barricading forward.
No ult left for Urice. Instead, the turn on to Evolution means that Yaz will fall. Disguise now have to take on Moist, who they neglected to finish. Enemy goes low, but does not go down. Timmy pops on up with the gold R99 and shoos through Moist once again. Disguise take the win in game number 6.